The Copa del Rey has always been a stage where expectations collide with unpredictability. For Real Madrid, it is also a competition that exposes focus, mentality, and internal balance, especially at a moment when every result is being scrutinized. Speaking at the Real Madrid City press room ahead of the round of 32 clash against Talavera, Xabi Alonso delivered a message that was calm in tone but firm in substance. This is not a game to be taken lightly, and there is no margin for distraction. Alonso made it clear that the club's priority is to close the period before the Christmas break in the strongest possible way. With 2 matches ahead, Talavera in the Copa del Rey and Sevilla in LaLiga, the coach emphasized that preparation must go beyond tactics and physical readiness. Mental focus, he insisted, will be decisive. The Copa is a special competition. It allows you to face teams you never usually play against, but it is also a tournament where big surprises happen. That's why we approach this match with the same respect and the same preparation as any other, Alonso said. Hopefully we can achieve our objective in Talavera. We are ready. Before we go deeper, do this quickly. Subscribe now if you follow Real Madrid seriously, because this analysis continues with decisions that directly affect the season. Leave a like if you believe the Copa del Rey deserves full commitment, not rotation without focus. And comment the city you're watching from. Real Madrid is global. Let's see where this audience is coming from. Now back to the analysis. The Copa del Rey has long been known as a competition where reputations offer no protection and focus becomes non-negotiable. On the eve of Real Madrid's round of 32 clash against Talavera, head coach Xabi Alonso made it clear that this match represents more than just a step forward in the tournament. It is a test of mentality, preparation, and internal consistency at a moment when the club seeks stability before the Christmas break. Speaking at the Real Madrid City press room, Alonso stressed that the Copa demands full respect, regardless of the opponent. According to him, the tournament's history is built on unexpected outcomes, and that reality forces teams like Madrid to approach every tie with seriousness and discipline. The objective, he explained, is to close the final stretch before the break in the strongest possible way, with no room for complacency. Before continuing, pause for a moment. If you follow Real Madrid closely and want analysis like this throughout the season, subscribe now. Leave a like if you believe the Copa del Rey deserves full commitment from top teams. And comment the city you're watching from. Real Madrid's reach is global, and your location matters in this conversation. Alonso emphasized that preparation for matches like Talavera goes beyond tactical planning. Playing away from familiar stadiums under different conditions, and against opponents fueled by opportunity creates a scenario where mental readiness can be decisive. For the coach, professionalism and attitude are essential to avoid becoming another victim of a classic Copa upset. These are days when you need to prepare tactically and physically, but also mentally, Alonso explained. The conditions are different from what we are used to. Preparing the match with professionalism, seriousness, and the right attitude will be fundamental. Questions naturally turn toward squad rotation and potential opportunities for younger players, particularly Endrick. Alonso, however, avoided offering clear hints. While confirming that the Brazilian forward is included in the squad, he insisted that the focus remains strictly on the immediate fixtures, not on managing minutes with a break in mind. I don't like to give too many clues to the opponent, he said. Endrick is on the list. We are not thinking about what comes after the break. Right now we have Talavera and Sevilla. We want to start well and Endrick has chances. Internally, Alonso dismissed the idea that the team's recent performances reflect a sudden shift in commitment or involvement. He maintained that the group has always pursued the same objectives, even during periods of inconsistency. According to him, unity remains the foundation of the project, and relationships inside the squad continue to evolve naturally over time. That interpretation comes from the outside, Alonso said. Inside we always fight for the same goals. There are good moments and difficult ones. Unity is fundamental. We are getting to know each other better and understanding the moments we are living. With 2 matches remaining before the pause, Alonso reiterated that the short-term focus is absolute. He stressed that ambition and self-demand guide every preparation, as the team looks to build continuity both on and off the pitch. "We focus on what's ahead on the next 4 days," he said. "We want to improve everything, in the dressing room, in attack, in defense. Continuity is key." Despite Kylian Mbappé approaching a significant scoring milestone, Alonso made it clear that individual records have not influenced planning or selection. The priority, he insisted, remains collective performance and making the best decisions for each match. On the topic of youth development, Alonso highlighted the debut of Valdepenas as an encouraging sign. He framed opportunities for academy players as a result of merit rather than circumstance, reinforcing the idea that performance on the pitch ultimately dictates progression. "The debut was great news," he said. "The pitch gives and takes. Players who show they deserve it will have opportunities." Alonso also reflected on his own evolution since arriving in June. While maintaining that his core principles remain intact, he acknowledged that adapting to the role, the environment, and the squad is an ongoing process. 5 months into the job, he sees the project as far from static, with growth expected over time. "We are not a fixed image," he said. "If we are a better team in March than we are now, that will be a very good sign. This season will have phases." As Real Madrid prepares to face Talavera, the message from the coach is consistent. No distractions, no shortcuts, and no underestimating the competition. The Copa del Rey once again demands respect. If you want to continue with the full analysis, including Mbappé's frustration after the Girona draw, the growing pressure in LaLiga, and how these dynamics affect Alonso's project, just say. While Xabi Alonso publicly reinforces calm, preparation, and continuity, the reality surrounding Real Madrid's recent performances has intensified scrutiny, particularly after another costly stumble in LaLiga. The 1-1 draw against Girona not only prevented Madrid from reclaiming the top spot but also exposed persistent issues away from the Santiago Bernabéu, adding pressure to a project still in its early phase. Kylian Mbappé emerged as the face of that frustration. Despite scoring the equalizer from the penalty spot, the French forward left the pitch visibly irritated, reflecting a broader sense of dissatisfaction within the squad. It marked the 3rd consecutive away draw for Real Madrid in the league, a sequence that allowed Barcelona to maintain control of the title race and shift momentum at a critical stage of the season. The match itself followed a familiar script. Girona struck first through Azzedine Ounahi, whose powerful first-half effort caught Madrid off balance. Alonso's side struggled to impose tempo, often appearing reactive rather than dominant. Mbappé's penalty restored parity, but beyond that moment, Madrid lacked precision and clarity in the final third, failing to convert pressure into control. Officiating decisions also played a role in the narrative. A goal by Vinícius Jr was ruled out, another effort by Mbappé was disallowed for handball, and goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois was forced into several decisive saves to prevent defeat. Even during a late push, composure was missing, a symptom of a recurring pattern that has haunted Madrid on the road this season. The draw came just 1 day after Barcelona's victory over Alavés at Camp Nou, a result that pushed the Catalan side 1 point clear at the top. For Real Madrid, the consequence was immediate. Second place lost margin for error, and a growing sense that dropped points now carry amplified weight. Internally, concern is less about isolated results and more about trends. Since defeating Barcelona in El Clasico, Madrid has squandered a 5-point